my name is Sandy Carter, and I'm here with today's Social Business Coffee Break, and I am pleased to be with Sheryl Root, who is a professor for Carnegie Mellon, also the Director of Entrepreneurship, and if that wasn't enough, she also owns her own high-tech company. So welcome, Sheryl.
Thank you very much. I'm pleased to be here, Sandy.
And we are at the Witty Conference celebrating 25 years, and one of the core topics that Sheryl will lead us in tomorrow is around innovation. So I thought we could share some of her insight here to all of our viewers as well.
Okay.
So Sheryl, the first question I had for you was, tell me a little bit about some of the companies that you see innovating the best. What are their characteristics? What do they have in common?
Well, I think the companies that are innovating the best are the people that are liking to challenge themselves and their employees, as opposed to live on the legacy. And I'm finding that the companies that are new are bound by the constraints.
By the legacy.
Exactly. And so as a result, they tend to allow the employees, if you will, to take more risks. And I think the bigger companies are starting to recognize that now. And so like I'm working with Konica Minolta, and they are very anxious to move the company forward into a transition and not be known just for their hardware. And so as a result, they've created innovation centers around the world they're doing one here in Silicon Valley right now. And as a result, even the people who have been there in the legacy systems get more excited because they see that there is an energy for new thinking and there is a way to have entrepreneurship sustained within a company.
So it attracts new ideas, new people, as well as energizes the people that are there.
All right. And I think the technology itself is allowing us to be more innovative. There is so much out there, and the way things have changed in terms of the Internet of Everything, as we heard this morning.
Yeah, I love that, by the way.
I did too. I thought including people into the things is critical because you learn from your customers and you learn you're solving problems. And the more we can see the visibility of those problems, the more entrepreneurship there is. And we're teaching our students to do the same thing, teaching them how to create new companies, how to create new business, and what does it take to lead a business, not just write code or develop the next app.
So what do you see as some of the barriers? So if you're working for a company out there, what do you see as some of the barriers, some of the things that you have to remove to get people to innovate more strongly?
Well, I think part of it is the hierarchy. You have to start thinking about communities, community of people that can come together to solve a problem, because it takes a diverse community to solve a problem.
I really like that. That's good.
It's critical. Hierarchies, people tend to be, I am my product, I am my position, and they have a hard time reaching out and reaching across and looking for new solutions. And the more you lock down on that, what happens is they become more protective of that little spot that they have, rather than the ability to look out and create more and say, gee, what do I need to know to go to that next level? I think the other barrier is learning, and learning how to fail is part of it. Innovation, you don't get to win the very first time you think of something new, trust me. And so understanding how you motivate and learn from that is the key thing. I always tell people that it's not always who you get to work for or what you're working on, it's what you're learning from it and what new opportunities you see by it.
Yeah, you know, I can always tell from a company as well as how they treat failure. Do they penalize the person who failed, or do they celebrate it? And some of the best startups and entrepreneurs and even larger companies I see kind of celebrate, oh, you tried it, great attempt. You know, let's learn from that and then move on quickly.
Exactly. And I think also setting the goals. You have to be careful. I know that at HP one time we set a goal that in research, the product that you were looking at or the opportunity you were examining had to have a certain dollar hit. You had to make this amount of money in 2 years or something on it. And that started limiting how people thought, because they no longer looked at opportunities. Yes. And so as a result, people moved away from that, and the research became little r, not big R anymore. And so you moved away from big opportunities. And I know that originally they had 1 out of 10 successes, that 1 out of 10 failures. Now take that back. There'd be 10, and out of those 10, 1 would be a success, and that would be okay. And then we tried to make it be that way so that people could say, gee, if I don't do well from this, what did I learn about it? And what can we take to the next level? Where are we going with it?
Well, I love that little r, big R. So to close us out, why don't you give me 3 of your top suggestions for those folks viewing today on our video blog that you would give them to really focus in on this whole area of innovation?
I would say the first thing is know what problems you're solving. Go out there and be out with the customers, out with the people who have the problems, and get your hands into it.
Get your hands dirty.
Exactly. And then second, I would say, what are you learning from it? Don't just try to all of a sudden say, well, I've got an app for that. But say, what did we learn? Because I think in the world of connectivity, we're going to be more about sensors and how people respond than staring at our cell phones, for example. And then third, deal with change. Don't be afraid to keep moving forward. If you don't have the ability to change, you're going to stop growing. And I think that change is a factor of life. I tell the students that in today's world, you're going to have many careers. It is no longer one career for a lifetime or one technology for a lifetime. My goodness, we roll through them so fast. And I was listening this morning when, I forget who said it, but 4 years ago, we didn't have this, and now we have it, and look at how much it's changed our lives. Well, you go back, 1981 was when the PC came out, and we've changed significantly since then, and it's also changed careers and lives. So deal with it, keep learning, and you'll keep growing, and also make everybody happy.
Outstanding. Well, thank you so much. Sheryl, thank you for sharing your insight. I really appreciate it.
Thank you very much.